When I was a little girl, I used to run around and move around all over the place. And my parents used to yell at me, telling me to calm down and that I can't be running around all the time, that I'm gonna hurt myself. But I never stopped and I just kept going and going and going. And so, to my surprise, when I heard about gymnastics, it just kind of fit right into my element. Like, this was where I was supposed to be.
From a young age, Morgan was very active, always looking for something to do and someone to play with. So we decided at age 2 to put her in dance class. She enjoyed dance class when she was younger, but then it became not enough for her. She wanted to move more and do more. It was clear that she needed some direct instruction and some structure regarding her extracurricular activities, and she was looking for something more than just dance. One day I went to get the mail and there was a postcard from a local gymnastics center offering a free class just to try out. We decided to sign her up for that first class, and she took that first class, and that sort of became what was going to be the next 4 to 5 years of our lives.
When I started, it was very slow at first. I was very out of place and clumsy, and when I mean out of place, I mean like broken arm out of place. My first year of the sport, I spent recovering from a dislocated and fractured elbow after falling off the bars out of practice. I think it was 2 days after I got back from the hospital, I was already back at practice.
My dad would always pick us up from school and immediately go over to the gym. I would go upstairs and watch Morgan practice while doing my homework. And my dad would watch as well. And one day she was having a rough day. She kept falling off the beam and stuff like that. She came up to us and my dad kind of gave her a pep talk, saying how she needs to calm down and focus and think what she's doing. She does her normal bar warm-up routine. Then she tries to transition from the lower bar to the higher bar and then slips and breaks her arm. She didn't listen to the advice well.
After I recovered from my injury, my skills started improving far more than they were before, and I went from 0 to 10 in about 3 weeks. And my father was actually the one who really pushed me to pour my heart out into this sport that I really loved, and he was able to get me private lessons and private coaching for a little bit to improve my skills even faster than they were accelerating. And by the end of the summer, I was a far better gymnast than I've ever was before. I was able to move from my previous Excel team to the Junior Olympic team in my gym.
She was on the Excel team for about 1.5 years. She wasn't happy with her performance. I believed it was due to her coaching, and she needed more hands-on and a more regimented style coaching. She wanted it to be serious. So we ended up signing her up for private lessons and getting more hands-on. And we worked throughout the summer to get her ready for Junior Olympic team.
At the peak of my experience at gymnastics, I was winning first place all around, and I was always placing in competitions. My skills have never been that amazing, and I was so strong, and I'd hit every routine, and I was one of the top gymnasts in my gym. But as I hit 13, 14 years old, I started losing interest for the sport, and it became a routine to me. It wasn't fun anymore, and I was struggling to hit routines, and I was losing skills and not being able to get over mental blocks. And so I was just going to practice because we still paid for it, and I wasn't happy anymore, and I needed a change. So after a long time of deciding and thinking about what I was going to do, I ended up quitting.
When Morgan decided to quit gymnastics, it was a huge shock to our family. We went to going to the gym every day to nothing at all. In the end, though, I respect her decision. She wanted to focus on high school and prepare herself to become a young woman and focus on a career.
I don't regret quitting, and I don't regret my decision at all. As much as I still love this sport and sometimes I miss it, I know that in my heart and what I've put out so far that it was the best decision for me. I'm able to excel in my academics further. I'm able to focus on a career when I'm older, and I'm able to try out different sports that I never got to do as a kid. And I feel like gymnastics was a really cool experience for me and really left a big impact on the way I actually live life now and why I am so motivated and determined to get what I want done. Gymnastics will always hold a special place in my heart, and I will always be grateful that I had the opportunity to try it out. And though my journey is over, I still smell the sweaty chalk of hard days at the gym as I continue to try to go through everyday life as it is today.
Guess you figured my 2 times 2 always equates to 1 dream as a selfish. When it all comes down to it,
I hope one day you come back to remind me of who I was when I go disappear into that good night.
taking it all for us, doing it all for love. Yeah, 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 yeah. And they all lived happily ever after. And they all lived happily. And they all lived. And they all